Hello, thank you so much for joining me, and today we're going to be doing crafts with mudlarking finds. Today's craft is another framing project, okay? So when Nicola came to visit, she very kindly brought us some gifts, and the gifts were these pipes. Okay, this one and this super long one. And also she did give us a couple of cards she wrote in, and then a card she didn't write in, which she hand painted herself and used the pottery pieces for. And that's amazing, isn't it? Hand painted the sea and the seagulls and the little mast on the boat, and they're beautiful. And I don't just want to stick them on a shelf, I don't just want to, you know, stick them in a drawer. I want to display them. So this is a little little montage. Oh, and a card. I posted this and people thought she'd actually got me one of the glass fishes that she made. You never know, I might save up and buy one. But yeah, a lovely postcard with a little personal message on the back. But yeah, I want to frame that as well. So put it all in a nice frame. And the frame I've chosen is this one. It's from Hobbycraft, a 30 by 30 centimetre shadow box frame. I can't tell you how much that was because my neighbour who's moving house gave it me. Because she never used it, so I don't know. I'm thinking probably about a £5, something like that, something like £5. So anyway, I've got that box frame. Okay, we've got our two pipes, the card that we're doing, and I printed off some pictures of pipe bowls. Get that on the internet because I want to cut that down. I don't want to use that full. I didn't print it on white, I just printed it on a patterned piece of card, which happens to have something on the card, but I only want a small bit of this because that's gonna be the backing for the pipes. I've got some black card to do the backing of this, and a backing piece to this as well. It's just that if you back them, let me just show you because I've cut this one ready just to show you. If you back them like that, so let me show you. So first of all, you start off with something like that, okay? And then when you back it, see how that black edge just transforms it? Yeah? Just makes it neater, finishes it off, looks really nice. So I'm going to do it with that, I'm going to do it with that, and I'm going to do it with that as well. So, and also my backing sheet just got little words on it. What's that one got on it? Today. It just says today, very, very small. But it's a nice sheet to back it. That'll just go nicely in there. Okay, so let's start by opening the frame up on the back. Taking out that backing board that we're going to cover. And just removing that piece of paper that we don't need. The bin's a bit full. Right, I shall empty that and then come back. Okay, so just let me put that frame to one side there. And here's our backing board. Just going to measure this. This just needs a tiny little trim on that top edge. just see how it just peeps up over the top. Just going to trim that with my cutting machine, slicer. You know, you can cut it with scissors. I just folded it over, but it was only a slither. Okay, make sure put the paper on the right way up. So that's the top with the little hanging clip. Sorry, you can't see. That's the top with the little hanging clip on it. So make sure your top of your paper goes up there. And I think I'm going to use double-sided tape for this one. So I'm just putting my double-sided tape on the back of that paper. Okay, like so. Let me get a poker tool if I can find one. Poker tool, which is the tool I use, little sharp point, because it just pulls paper off. And then I'm putting it in the bin, it's not just going on the floor. Oops. Okay, right, make sure it's the right way up, and then stick your paper on the back. There you go, just press that double-sided tape on. Really is as easy as that. Okay, and we've covered the backboard. Okay, as you can see, I did show you that I'd already cut that out on there. So I think what we do, because it is a 3D frame, we can make it a little bit thicker, and we can add this onto there with the 3D tape. So 3D tape, as you can see, it's like a sponge tape that's double-sided. Put 3 on so it doesn't sag in the middle. Okay, pull the tapes off. Okay, so pull the tape off there. You can't tell, but it's sticky. And then you get your piece of card. I will cut another one of these so you can see how to do it the right size. Okay, so just make sure it's got a border all the way around. Press it on. That's the first thing to be done, which is that, with a nice little border on it. Okay, and then let's do this. We'll back this. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to stick it on your piece of black card. Stick it in the corner like so. Let me show you. I'm going to stick it like that in the corner. Can you see, just with a little, and then I'm going to mark down here just a little bit away from that edge. Then I'm going to do the same over here. I'm not going to mark on the edge, I'm just going to mark a little bit away so I know where I can cut down. Okay, you can use a ruler and a pencil. I'm going to use a little pencil to mark it, and then my slicing machine. So right, I've got it in that corner with a border along the edge, and I'm just going to mark it on there. You probably won't be able to see those marks. somewhere down there, and then there's one there. Okay, but like I say, you can use a pencil and a ruler. Okay, there you go. That has border all the way around it, just finishes it off. And because this has got a message on the back of it, what I'm going to do is I'm only going to probably do the corners. Okay, so I'm just going to put corner with that foam, double-sided foam tape. Okay, make sure you've got a border all the way around. Press those corners on. There we go. Now got another one with a lovely little black edge around it. I'll just let me tidy up the table, then we'll do the ones for the pipes. Okay, I've got my pipe paper and I've got my pipes. So I'm just going to mark it to be a backing for this. So I'm thinking that from that red line across there to this line here, and then probably that one there to that one there, because I don't want it to be massive. Okay, and then I mark this one right, we'll see how we go with that. I've marked it now to cut them. I can cut this is got lines on it, so I can cut it with scissors because I'm following the lines on the paper. Okay, that one, let's just check whichever way around it goes. Doesn't matter as long as it's big enough. Yeah, if anything that's too big, I'm just going to cut that down. I'm going to make that a bit smaller. But in fact, you know, I'm just going to leave it like that for now. I'm not going to do the border on that until I've sort of had a little jiggle about on how it's going to look on here. I might make it smaller, but if it fits, I'm going to keep it at that size. There you go, that one for that one. Just checking for size. Not too bad. The best way to check it though is to lay it out on here, and I do know that there is a little bit of a border. Let me show you. You can see it's got a little bit of a border. So don't put anything right to the edge of the back, because you just won't be able to see it behind the border. So let's just lay things on here and see how it looks before I do the backing pieces for those. So don't forget, keep it away from the edge. Right, I don't know if you can see what sort of layout I've got there. Yeah, I can make that one a bit smaller, that's too big. But that one, I think I'll just cut down a little bit and it'll be fine. Let's see. Yeah, okay. That one, just going to make narrower. Okay, just make that one a little bit smaller. Right, okay, I'm going to do the backing for those. Into the corner, leaving a border on the top, on that edge and that edge, and then just marking so that there's a border all the way around. So you can use scissors and a ruler, pencil and a ruler, but I've got one of these, so I might as well use it. Yep, so there you go. Right, I'm just going to do the usual double-sided tape and then stick them on the backing. Okay, double-sided foam tape. Don't forget it's a 3D frame, so make the most of it by making things stand out a little bit. There we go. Just place it over the top and then press down when you know it's in the right position. There we go, our 2 cards backed. So I want to attach the pipe bowl to this backing, but I don't want to put glue on the pipe. I know it'll never come out of the picture frame, but I don't want to glue the pipe to there. So I've already had a go, because I had an idea of how I can do it without putting glue on the pipe. So here we go, we've got this, and I don't know if you can see, but I've wired it on, top and bottom, very thin wire, and I've wired it through the card. So let me show you how I've done that. So what I've done is I put the pipe on the card roughly where I wanted it to go. Okay, like so. Just put it on there, and then I put a dot underneath the top end here, just underneath the pipe, and then I put a dot underneath just where the stem meets the bowl. Just put it underneath. Right, so on this card now I've got 2 red dots. Yep, you see, top and bottom. Right, so what I'm going to do is with, I thought I'd lost it, with this hole punch here, I don't know if you've ever seen these, you get them in packs of about 5 or 6 different sizes. Yep, the holes are different sizes. So what you do is you have a hammer and you bang it into whatever it is you want a hole putting in, and so we can put it anywhere, absolutely anywhere on your piece of card. So this little hole punch, this hammer, I'm just going to, right, so turn the volume down, because I'm just going to whack it like so. Right, need another little whack just because it has got foam tape on this. Okay, certainly getting there. Let me push it through with the pencil. There you go. Can you see? It's got a hole in it. I'll just turn this off and do the other hole because it is a very noisy process. So yeah, I'll just do that hole and come straight back. We've got our 2 holes now. You see? 2 holes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get a nice piece of this old wire that I've got on an old spool. It's coming in very handy. Just get plenty. Okay, and what I'm going to do is just at one end for now, I'm just going to loop it. I don't know if you can see that, just looping it. Put a loop in it. And I'm going to thread it through one of these holes. Okay, so I've threaded it through. Let me show you. Let me open it out, see if I can get it towards. Can you see? Little loop sticking out, because that is what the pipe stem is going to go through. Okay, and then just pull it through on the other side. So it's tight, so it's grabbed hold. Sorry, so it's grabbed hold of the top of the pipe stem. And carefully turn it over with that longest piece. Sort of judge it. Go to the hole and then go a few centimetres away from the hole and loop it. Oops, so you can see I've looped it again. Keep hold of the pipe bowl, just keep hold of the pipe and then send that loop through that bottom hole. See? The bottom hole there, I'm going to send it up through that bottom hole. I actually don't need the pipe on it. Sorry. Lack of hands. Okay, so we've got a loop here and a loop down here. I'm just going to thread it through. I'm going to thread it through from the bottom through to the top. And then I just need to pull that loop onto the top of the pipe stem. Pull that bottom loop onto the bottom of the pipe stem. Can you see? Turn it over, make sure tight. Tight at the back like that. And then I'm just going to tie it. Okay. Okay, and so there we have the pipe bowl, pipe stem and bowl fixed to the card without putting glue on it. Okay, I've done both of them now. So the next stage is to gather it all in front of me, see where I can position it, and we'll have a little bit of a glue down. So with everything in front of me now, I'm just going to put it on. Don't forget I've got to leave that border along the edge. Just have a play around and see what configuration looks best. Right, I think that actually looks fine. I've got to leave a border round. What I've also got actually is these are Thames pipe stems, so I might sprinkle, either glue some on here on the back bit, or I might just leave them loose in the bottom. I'll have a think. So that's how I want it to go in the frame. So now I'm going to start sticking down, and I'm going to use for the back one double-sided tape. Yeah, should I use double-sided tape on it all? I think I'll use double-sided tape on all of it because I don't want it to stick up any further, because I do have pipe bowls to get in there, so they're quite a depth, quite a thickness. Okay, so I shall use this and I'll start sticking down. And this is the first one that I'm going to do. See, I know where it is. I'm just going to use my pin flare glue. It has actually dried up a little bit in the top, but I poked it and prodded it and I can get some of the glue out. So this is a little bit like silicone glue, but it doesn't have the smell of silicone glue. It's a clear, thick glue, so you could have things sat a little bit higher. But yeah, it has sort of set in the top there, like these glues sometimes do. And because it's not a metal tube, I've just sort of prodded and poked, and I'm going to squeeze out what I can. So yeah, pin flare glue gel. Okay. So not close to the sides. And because I'm using this glue, I can move it about later on if it's not quite in the right place. Okay, is that one next? That one. I think we'll have that one next. Okay. This would normally come out a bit easier, obviously, but just let me unbung it a little bit more and I'll come back to you. Yeah, I've had this glue a while, so I'm not surprised that it's all a bit bunged up at the end, but it is very good glue when it's not bunged. Okay. like usual, get stuck to everything. Yeah, so don't despair if your glue does bung up at the end. A little bit of a prod and a poke, and you can generally get the good stuff to come out. Okay. Okay, and the last one. Let's just check. Oops. Yep. Yeah, this pin flare glue is a super clear glue. If you can see, it's super clear and doesn't yellow. But just like the silicone, if you don't get the glue right to the end of the tube, when you put the lid on, it creates a little bit of air, and that air dries up your glue. So there we go, put that back up there. Let's pop this last one on. Sorry, I was just looking at it. Like that. And I think I'm going to put some pipe stems on it. Just because these are from the Thames. So why not? I have got tons upon tons of these. So let's get them stuck on. I just use the poker tool to get the glue off. Just wiping a little bit of the excess glue off there. I think that is enough. Oops, sorry, make sure the glue just to the end, then put the lid on nice and tight. Okay, what I'm going to do before I start messing with that, I'm just going to give that 15 minutes to dry so that when I flip it over everything doesn't fall off. But I think you can see basically, if we just give it a bit of a tilt up, upside down, you can see how we've gone with that. So yeah, 15 minutes, just give it a chance to dry a little bit, and then we'll pop it in the frame. Okay, it's only been 5 minutes, but you know what, it's pretty much solid on there anyway. That glue is very good at holding things, and I'm very impatient. Right, okay, so we'll pop that onto the picture frame. Oops. Like so. And there we have a picture showing the lovely gifts that Nicola gave when she came down of the pipe bowls, the beautiful card with the pottery on, the little postcard, and I think you'll agree that they're absolutely beautiful and deserve to have a frame. This is just a simple quick make, and here is one already done. It's a little fairy in a dome. Okay, it's very, very simple and really quick. So let me tell you what you're going to need. You're going to need the dome itself, which is a glass dome, a metal, so it comes with a glass dome and a metal base. Okay, so a little glass dome, a little metal base, and it also comes with a little top that goes on top of the dome that you glue on. Okay, I've also got this little ball chain that will go through it and a ring to attach it. Okay, I've also got a little bit of newspaper, you know, the ones that we dug up from the dump, frozen Charlotte, or in this case it's actually a pudding doll, which is slightly smaller than a frozen Charlotte, and some butterflies, which I did cut out. I've not got it here, but I did have a hole punch, a shape punch, sorry, of butterflies. But you could just draw on card, shape of wings, cut it out. You know, you don't have to have a punch, but I have a punch that punches out butterflies. So I'm just going to nip those two off and stick them together. Stick them together so that they've got the colour on both sides. Unless you use double-sided card, of course. But just quickly pop a bit of glue on to join those two together. Okay. Yep, so they're joined together just so that it's got coloured card on both sides. Okay, leave them to dry. I'll just nip those two little antenna things off. Yep, just so you're left with wings like that. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to cover the base of this with some newspaper. I'm just going to push it on to get the shape. It's so brittle, I don't need to cut it. I can just take it off like that. Okay. Oops, stretch my finger. Right, I'm just going to put some of this glue. This is the E800 glue. Go-to glue. Okay, put some of that on there, and then I'm going to stick the paper on. Like so, the paper is now stuck in that. But what I want to do is give it a bit of a glaze, so I'm going to use the Decapatch glue. Just to varnish it a little bit. That's varnished. Well, it's covered in the Decapatch glue, we'll give it a varnish. Right, I think I'm just going to get a couple of pipe stems to put in the bottom of here, because she's a mudlarking fairy after all, so I'll get her a few items that she's mudlarked. Right, I've got that dry. I've got two little pipe stems, And I've also got a little button that I found. Nothing spectacular, just a button. She's a mudlarking fairy after all, so she's got a few little finds there. I think what we'll do first is we'll attach this little pudding doll and these things to the floor, and we will do that to the circle, and we'll do that with the silicone glue, which has actually bunged up at that end, but you've seen that happen before many times. We just snip the other end and start working our way down through the tube the other way. It's not a problem, is it? Right, I'll get my poker tool. My poker tool is a great tool for gathering a nice blob of the glue. Okay, going to stick a nice blob on the base there, where the fairy will sit in. Let's see, make sure the pipe stems aren't too big. Okay, I think that one might be a little bit too big, so let's choose another. These pipe stems are from the Thames, so that's nice, isn't it? Right, put a little bit more glue on the end of that one. This is silicone glue, usual. Very, very quick make these. These domes you get from Amazon. You might be able to find them on eBay. I couldn't find them on eBay, but yeah, I got it from Amazon. And same with the button. We'll stick the button on the back. I think the ball chain and the split ring thing, whatever it is, whatever you call that, were from eBay, but the dome was from Amazon. Okay, just need to make sure everything's away from the edge, because the dome obviously has to go on it. Let's move that button. There we go. And then we'll stick the wings on. Just going to give the wings a bit of a bend in half. Oops, bend in half. Okay, stick the blob of glue in the middle. Honestly, this one is such a lovely, easy make. And then stick the wings on. Oops, the back. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give that a few minutes to set before we start sticking the dome over it, otherwise the dome will knock the wings off the little fairy. So I shall be back. Let me just lift it up. I shall be back in oops. Having nails makes that quite difficult. So I shall be back in 2 minutes. Just time enough for that to dry. Actually, while we're waiting for that to dry, I might as well stick this bit on the top of the dome so that that can dry as well at the same time. So you can't see it, I'll show you. So the dome and the little bit, metal bit, just to stick on the top there, okay? Just so it's got a little eye hole to stick the ring through. So yet again, I'm using this E800 glue. I'm just dabbing it on the inside, on the edge. It's enough. Okay, I'm just sticking that on the top. Can you see that? And I'll leave that to dry along with the little fairy. I've not left it too long, just long enough so that it will hold together when I put the dome over it. Okay, so what we're going to do next, because that's more or less dry, that's more or less dry, I'm going to glue the dome onto the base. So I'm just going to get this glue and just stick it around the edge. And this dome is glass, by the way. I don't know if you can get plastic ones. I've no idea. This was the only one I could find. The only ones I could find. Right, so we'll just put that dome, oops, over, sticking it onto the base, like so. Oh, sorry. It's because I've got a monitor down there, so I'm pointing it towards the monitor. But there you go. She's got pipe stems and she's got a little button. Okay, and then the next thing is put the lid on the glue. Is to get your ring that's split there. Stick that through the hole at the top. And just close that split up. Just using these little pliers. Glued on properly yet, so I might as well just take it off. That glue takes a bit longer to dry. Okay. Right, I'm just going to leave that properly to dry. Then I'll come back, thread that on and hold it up. Okay, so the final part is just to get your ball chain. It comes with a little fastener on the end, or you can buy them separately. Yeah, you just thread it through the ring on the top, connect the end very easily, and there you have your little fairy in a dome. And that would make just a nice hanging decoration in the house or on your Christmas tree. It's certainly a nice little present for anybody who likes a fairy. So all you need is a frozen Charlotte or a pudding doll, or like me, I use the mould. I've moulded them, haven't I? Made little moulds of them. So can you see that? Pipe stem and a little button at the back. There you go. Very simple, quick, easy make. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the like, please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and hit that notification bell so that you can be notified when we put any videos up. And also don't forget, if you really enjoyed it, we have got the Ko-fi link down below which you can donate the price of a coffee to us, and we appreciate it very much. Thanks for watching, bye!